I clearly do.
I said to you that I'm a police officer and I've asked you that you're not allowed past here. It's a site you are not allowed past here, so please don't come on site.
Where's the signage?
I'm telling you as a police officer, you've seen my warrant card, and I'm telling you as a police officer, you're not allowed to
You could tell me as a police officer that I'm not allowed to wear a black coat or a yellow hat or...
But that's not official, is it? I'm asking you not
Well, this isn't official. If it was official, there would be signage.
Okay, but I'm officially telling you, you are not allowed on
Under
site.
what power are you using to officially tell me this? Please.
This is you can see you're not allowed in.
That...
I finished working about 10 minutes. Do you want to meet off-site and have a chat?
No, I'm good, mate. Is that a threat?
No, I'm just want to have a chat.
We're having a chat now, aren't we?
Want to do that?
We're having a chat.
Welcome to Cops Under Audit, where we highlight police misconduct and hold public officials accountable. Today's video is from Power to the Proletariat. You'll find their link below, so be sure to support them and watch the full clip. In this episode, we're outside Devon and Cornwall Police headquarters, and what you're about to see is shocking. Officers appear to lack basic knowledge of the law. A security guard makes threats, there are missing SIA badges, and the overall conduct is extremely concerning. This could be one of the worst displays of police understanding I've reviewed, and that's saying something. You won't believe how badly this situation unfolds. Let's get straight into it.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Why?
Because I'm a police officer.
Have you got a warrant card?
Yeah, I have got a
Yeah,
warrant
I'd love
card.
to see that, thank you.
No problem. I'm PC Vanessa Thompson, I work here.
Okay, wonderful. Lovely. So what's your number? 1503, was it?
Yeah, no, 15032.
32, lovely.
I'm just wondering what you're doing.
Just making a little video really around the area.
Okay, and what's that to do with? Just obviously because we've got security in mind as well.
Yeah, sure. Just making a little video of the area and that really.
Okay.
There's police station around here. Obviously, it's a new station you got down there.
Yeah.
What was that, 3 years ago, was it? 4 maybe? Yeah, so just letting people kind of know where the station is. Just matters of public interest, really.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's fine. Do you mind if I just take your name?
Why would I want to give you that?
Because in case there is anything else, I'm just interested. If you're just doing anything, there's nothing wrong, then I just want to know who it is. Because obviously there's security as well.
Right, okay.
So security is heightened at the moment. So if there's nothing wrong, I just want to find out who your name is in case anything else were to come up.
This is where PC Thompson clearly misunderstands police powers. Under Pace Code A, officers can only request identification when they have reasonable suspicion that an offense has been committed. Saying, "in case something happens later," is not a lawful reason. The auditor is correct to refuse, as there is no legal obligation to provide ID without reasonable suspicion of wrongdoing.
So what you're implying is that if I don't give my name, I'm doing something wrong?
No, I'm just saying in case something retrospectively happened and someone said, oh, something happened, and I say, oh, I saw someone and I spoke to him, but I won't know what his name is.
That's fine. I mean, there's nothing to oblige me to give you my name at this point.
There isn't.
No,
You're all right?
So no, I'd rather not, thank you.
Okay.
But at this point, am I being entertained or anything?
No, I was just speaking to you and finding out
No
what
problem
you were
at all.
doing
That's
because-
fine.
For security.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll do that.
So you're just going to stay on the perimeter, are you?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to have a wander around and see
Well, you
what's
can't
around.
go inside. So
But-
you can't go inside the building, okay?
Oh no, I won't go inside any buildings, obviously. Yeah.
Stay on the perimeter, but you can't go
Yeah.
anywhere else.
Well, I mean, if there are any restrictions, like signs.
Restrictions from there, there's a security. I'm a police officer and I'm telling you, you cannot go with it inside there. This is a secure
Yeah, but a
building, you can't go inside there.
police officer can tell me not to wear yellow shoelaces.
But I'm not telling you not to wear shoelaces. I'm saying that this is a secure place. There is a security there. I'll walk with you if you like. It's fine.
No, that's all right. If it's secure, there's nothing to worry about, is there?
But I'm advising you as a police officer that you shouldn't be going in there. Okay?
But is it against the law?
This is you are not permitted to go into this building here. Okay?
I'm not going to go into any buildings. I just said that.
Into the area.
And why not? Again, is there any laws restricting me from doing that?
Yes, it's security. You're not allowed in there unless you've got a warrant card.
There are multiple legal errors here. First, a warrant card is police identification. The public do not have one and do not need one to access public areas. Second, she is trying to apply broad restrictions without citing any specific law or pointing to clear signage. Under common law, the public has the right to access areas that are not clearly restricted. In this situation, Thompson appears to be creating rules that do not actually exist.
What law is that?
There's restrictions on there that you are not allowed to go into there.
If it's public access, then it's
There
a
is
public
access to
Well,
it.
that's fine. I won't go past any points that aren't publicly accessible. That's not a problem. But that's not a problem at all.
I'm trying to walk onto the front now.
So naturally, that has no entry through those gates. But obviously, it's locked gates, so wouldn't be able to go through there even if I wanted to. But yeah, so this is where somebody else got to previously. So that sign there clearly says please have both ID and car pass ready for inspection. So as you can see, there's clearly gates because I should imagine it's probably restricted parking. But there are literally no signs, unless I missed any on here, so I will double check. There's literally no signs saying, you know, police only or restricted access.
The auditor does exactly what he should. Checks for signage, he finds cycle path markers, car pass requirements for vehicles, CCTV notices, but crucially, no pedestrian restrictions. Then enters our security guard, and immediately we have multiple violations.
I've already asked you nicely, you cannot go any further than
To
this.
stop you. Keep coming, mate. Then if you want to assault me, we'll have you nicked for that, shall we?
I haven't done anything.
Reasonable force. I'm licensed to stop you coming on these premises.
What license have you got?
SIA.
Well, that should be,
Licensed by the government.
Where's that displayed?
You don't need to see that, pal.
Under the SIA laws, that should be on display.
You've been reading Google. He's a Google lawyer.
The auditor does exactly what he should. He checks for signage and finds cycle path markers, vehicle pass requirements, and CCTV notices, but importantly, no restrictions for pedestrians. Then the security guard steps in, and immediately multiple issues begin to appear.
You can actually lose your license for not having it on display.
My pocket, so I saw you come
No, it needs to be on display.
Mate, don't put the law in. What are you talking about?
Listen,
I clearly do.
I said to you that I'm a police officer and I've asked you that you're not allowed past here. It's a site you're not allowed past here, so please don't come on site.
Where's the signage?
I'm telling you as a police officer, you've seen my warrant card,
Yeah.
and I'm telling you as a police officer, you're not allowed to come
You could
past
tell
here.
me as a police officer that I'm not allowed to wear a black coat or a yellow hat or...
But that's not
You know.
official, is it? I'm asking you nicely.
Well, this isn't official. If it was
saying to
official,
you-
there would be
Okay,
signage.
but I'm officially telling you, you are not allowed on
Under
site.
what power are you using to officially tell me this? Please.
This is you can see
No.
you're not allowed in.
That is for cars. If this were restricted for pedestrian access, there would be a pedestrian gate. But there clearly isn't.
So what makes you want to do this all day and all night? Have you got bored or something?
Well, to be fair, there's marked police vehicles up there. I want to get some shots of marked police vehicles. They're public property.
They may well be public property.
This is public property.
This area, you're not allowed on here.
But there's no restricted access signs, none whatsoever.
Right, so we're telling you, no.
But your verbal commands don't take precedence when it's a public area.
I don't know what you're talking about, mate. You've been
I literally
reading
do.
Google. You've been reading Google too much. Google lawyer. We have about 3 of you a week turn up here.
Yeah?
Yeah,
That's probably
yeah.
because you keep acting like idiots.
Really?
Yeah.
You're insulting me now, are you?
Yeah, the more you act like
You're
idiots,
insulting me by calling me an idiot.
the more you act like idiots.
Okay, no, I'm going to say to you, I take it personally. I feel threatened and I can have you nicked for public order. How do you feel about that?
Then security arrives. The first issue is clear. There's no visible SIA badge, which is a basic requirement for the job. Instead of correcting this, he resorts to the usual put-down, calling the auditor a Google lawyer. The reality is, his information is correct, and his isn't. His confidence doesn't match his knowledge, and the more he speaks, the worse it gets. Take a look at this.
Well, what's your law? Come on,
Threatened.
Go on, then.
There's no act or threat of violence.
Idiot?
Yeah.
How do you know I'm an idiot? Do you know me? Do you know my family?
I
Do you
said
know me?
acting like
Mate, you've insulted me.
being offended isn't against the law.
Google lawyers, mate. Mm-hmm. You're a Google lawyer.
Cool. Well, again, you haven't got your SIA badge, so I'll report that to the
Do what
SIA.
you want, my friend.
Will do.
Do it all day long.
Not a problem.
What's your name, then?
Why would I give you that?
Well, why would I give you my name? You don't even know who I am.
Because you're the one.
Well, before we talk about
You're
that,
the.
who am I?
You're the one. Well, I can just say the one working at the hut at this headquarters on this date and this time. They'll have record of who's working. They'll find it. It's not difficult. There's record of everything.
Fool. Yeah, we're right. Nothing better to do. You got a job?
Yeah, I have actually.
Oh, blimey.
Yeah. So is this private property, is it?
This is private, my friend.
Who owns it?
None of your business.
So is it not owned by
We'll allow registry and I'll tell you all about it, mate.
is it not owned by the police, by the Ministry of Justice, or
You define it.
I mean, whether or not
It's private. I don't know exactly who owns it, but it's private. property.
whether or not you rent
I'm
it
trying to
privately,
be
yeah, can you
reasonable
just
with
keep
you.
a bit of a distance?
I'm trying to be reasonable.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, if this is private and it's even rented by the government, which it obviously is, then that's publicly funded. Like those
But
those
even
police
if it's
vehicles
publicly
are publicly
funded,
funded.
doesn't mean that public are allowed access here. Okay. So it doesn't matter
So-
whether it's publicly funded or not.
If you have no information that says that this is private, this is restricted, then what's the authority that you're acting under?
Probably can't gain access.
Access.
Yeah.
He's trying to do video everywhere and he wants to gain access.
Why do you want access to the vehicles?
I want to go have a look at the marked vehicles.
You can't, mate,
Why?
because it's a police site. It's private.
Private? Who's that owned by? Do you know?
Devon Cornwall Constabulary.
Okay, and who owns Devon and Cornwall Constabulary?
Here we go.
Who owns Devon and Cornwall Constabulary? Who operates? Who runs? Who funds it?
It's what's that something you mean?
It's publicly funded, isn't it?
Right, and what do you think that means? That entitles you access? Is that what you're trying to say?
To areas that are not clearly restricted.
What's that?
That's a barrier for cars. The pedestrian access is not restricted at all.
You do not have access to private stuff.
But again, where's the private signs? Where's the private property signs? I've walked all the way up, looked at every single sign. There's nothing.
Don't Google lawyer, mate. Plenty of them.
Can we just be reasonable about this? You've got to here. You're not going to get any further than here.
Is that your warrant, Is that your warrant card, sir?
There you go,
Do you
mate.
want
16738. Is that Constable Fowler?
Yeah, I'm a
Lovely.
police officer.
Okay.
I'm telling you, this site is a private police site and you do not have access to it.
Do you have any evidence of that?
I don't need the evidence. I'm a police
Well, you
officer.
could tell me it's illegal to wear this coat, but it doesn't mean that it's true. Just because you showed me a card that I'm a police officer, that coat is illegal.
Here's the guard's big move. He threatens arrest under Section 5 as if it's a powerful legal tool. But Section 5 is not about hurt feelings. It applies to genuinely threatening or abusive behavior. The term insulting was removed from the law years ago because calling someone names is not a criminal offense. What we see here is an attempt to turn simple name-calling into grounds for arrest. That's not how the law works. It's a clear misunderstanding.
Okay. What happens if I do?
The moon, mate. Doesn't mean she's got a NASA and get a plane to get to it.
Pardon?
Does it?
I'll use reasonable force to prevent you coming in.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I've already told him I'll do that.
Okay. So you'll use reasonable force.
Yes, to prevent you coming in.
Okay.
Okay? So, what I suggest, mate, is...
So that's a threat right there. So,
not a threat.
well, it is because you have
explanation. You asked me a question. You asked me what happened, I've explained
yeah,
it.
and you have no jurisdiction to use reasonable force
I do
under
have
these
jurisdiction as a
conditions.
police officer. I can use reasonable force to prevent you going there. It's a private site, and there are various laws that allow me to prevent you going into that site. We can go along this line if you want, mate.
If this were private, where there would be signage saying private property.
We don't need to do this. We don't need to do this. Why don't you just make your way? We don't need to be doing this, okay? It doesn't need to escalate to this. If you go on your way, then that will be fine.
Tell you what, you're going to leave here before I do today.
Okay? Okay.
What is it you're trying to achieve, mate?
Like I said, I wanted to go get some shots of the marked vehicles, publicly owned vehicles on publicly owned land.
I couldn't be more reasonable than I'm being with you now.
I know,
okay?
and I'm not
Listened to you,
arguing, I'm not
I've
threatening, I'm not
understood.
raising my voice at you, I'm just
saying,
explaining my
but
point.
you are not coming on site.
Okay,
Okay? That
Cool.
is not happening.
fine. So we've got the apparently SIA badge, security, all those lacking his SIA badge. Yeah, it needs to be visible. It needs to be. Yeah, it needs to be on. It needs to be on.
Google lawyer.
Yeah, it needs to be. It needs to be visible at all times while on duty, doesn't it? Like police officers have to have. Well, obviously, unless they're non-uniform, but if they're in uniform, their epaulets need to be on their most outermost worn layer of clothing. With SIA operating officers, don't work in public. At the end of the day, don't work in a public place. I mean, it is where I'm stood. Where I'm stood is a public place. But yeah, so if you don't want to be filmed, don't come to somebody with a camera. You obviously knew I was recording, that's why you've come.
I finished working about 10 minutes. Do you want to meet off site and have a chat?
No, I'm good, mate. Is that a threat?
No, I'm just want to have a chat.
We're having a chat now, aren't we?
Here is Constable Fowler trying to lay down the law, or at least his version of it. He claims the site is private and says the auditor cannot enter, but there's no signage, no documentation, and no evidence, just his word. That's not how the law works. Authority alone is not proof. When the only justification is a uniform, it often suggests there's no clear legal basis behind the claim.
We're having a chat now, aren't we?
Yeah. 10 minutes.
We're having a chat now, buddy. Sounds like a threat to me.
It's not a threat at all, mate.
Officer Fowler, are you hearing this? This security guard's using fighting words. He's saying he wants to meet me off site in 10 minutes when he finishes words.
You want to come off and have a chat? We'll have a chat about it somewhere else.
Which is clearly a threat, and that's considered fighting words under the law.
A threat?
Yes.
Okay, what exactly are considered fighting words under the law? What bit of legislation you talk about here?
I can't remember the act actually off the top of my head, but
So which bit of legislation has fighting words in it? You said the word fighting words in legislation.
yeah. So you're allowed to defend yourself if somebody is using fighting words in a way that makes you feel threatened. So I feel threatened now.
Which bit of legislation is that?
I can't remember the acting section, to be honest, off the top of my head.
But you're quoting legislation, legislation, but you don't know legislation.
No, not off the top of my head, no.
Okay, so if you're going to quote legislation at it,
Okay.
and then say I need to be aware of that and be aware of those words.
But you're a police officer.
But you don't know the legislation you're quoting.
Yeah, but you're a police
how do you know
officer.
it is?
Okay, it's still a threat, which even a threat, even something that makes somebody feel like they're being threatened or about to be attacked, actually,
calling me an idiot just now.
actually feel is actually common assault.
Calling me an idiot. You don't even know who I am. The first thing you said to me was I was an idiot.
Said acting
Now, that
like.
is threatening.
But
my friend.
acting like.
Yeah, you really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, checkmate.
That's probably because you keep acting like idiots.
Really?
I said you're acting like. So I'm surprised you guys haven't got the memo on public recordings around police stations, really.
What memo is that?
Exactly, and that says it all, doesn't it?
Well, I don't know. You feel free to explain to me.
Well, there was a memo that was posted around to every police station in the UK in 2021 by the Commissioner of the Met, explaining how the police should deal and interact with people coming to film police property, police headquarters, police inquiry offices.
Right.
Said basically, leave them alone. There's nothing you can do.
So, but you're saying you think that then entitles you to go onto the site and film vehicles? Do you?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hello.
You're a sergeant? You're an officer in charge? Yeah.
I am.
I'll talk to you then if you want. If you want to come away, I'll talk to you instead of these people. But yeah. What's the collar number there? Sorry.
7236.
7236. Lovely. And Sergeant.
Von Memety.
Sergeant. Sorry.
Von Memety.
Von Memety. Nice to meet you. No worries.
Go ahead.
No, yeah, you're free. Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
No worries. Yeah, there's not a lot really going on. I was just making a little video of the area. Once I get a shot of the marked cars. Had PC Vanessa, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
There we go, marked car. But yeah, so I was walking up around.
Yeah.
She stopped, had a chat with me, had a bit of a chat, let her know just been filming matters of public interest.
Yeah.
She asked if I was just going to stay on the perimeter. I said, well, I'm going to walk wherever's publicly accessible. I've walked all the way up round here. There's literally at the end of this road, cycle path and pedestrian footpath sign right at the end of this road going up here.
Yeah.
Obviously, I see there's a gate there. I do see that. I'm not blind.
Yeah.
That gate is clearly for cars. It's a pedestrian way. It's not blocked. It's not obscured. There's no checkpoint for pedestrians to go past this point. There are no signs saying.
Apart from that one asking you to have an ID
And car pass. Yeah, but I'm not in a car, am I? So I don't know.
Very
You
true.
know.
So, common sense would say that you can see there's a barrier there. Public is not allowed through there. There is a sign at the front. And I appreciate you can film whatever you like around here. I've got no issue with that. If you go on site, you are going to be challenged. You're not a police officer.
Okay.
You will be asked to leave.
Okay.
And if you refuse that, and you continue to go about your business, then
Yeah.
we will be looking at whether or not there's offences committed.
What offences would potentially be?
Potentially aggravated.
There are multiple serious issues here. The guard's threat could amount to harassment under the Protection of Harassment Act 1997. There is no legitimate reason for a security officer to suggest meeting someone away from the premises after work, and doing so is clearly inappropriate. Now listen to the legal stretch here. The sergeant suggests aggravated trespass, but the law requires actual disruption of lawful activity. Simply walking, filming, or standing on a pathway does not meet that threshold. It only becomes aggravated trespass if someone is physically obstructing or intimidating others. And here's the irony. It wasn't the auditor causing disruption, it was the guard. He was the one making threats, mocking with Google lawyer comments, and ignoring the requirement to display an SIA badge. Now compare that with the sergeant's approach, calm, polite, and focused on de-escalation. The difference in professionalism is clear. What we saw overall was confusion. There were no clear signs, barriers for vehicles but not for pedestrians, and staff creating rules to fill the gaps. The guard continued with insults, mockery, and even hinted at violence, all while failing to show the badge he is required to wear. On top of that, a constable claimed the area was private land without providing any evidence. In the end, it only took one calm and professional sergeant to resolve the situation. That highlights an important point. When officers rely on the law, situations are handled quickly and properly. When they rely on ego, things escalate unnecessarily. This shows a clear pattern. Knowing the law is essential, especially when people try to bluff or misuse authority. So, what do you think was the worst part? The lack of clear signage, the misuse of Section 5, or the guards' behavior? Let me know below. If you found this breakdown useful, subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching. This was Raw Audit Reviews. Remember, the law only works if you understand it.